Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. This morning's going to be a little different. Not going to cook breakfast. It's actually a little early for breakfast, but I did just get back from Sam's Club. Scarfed up some bargains, and I want to talk to you today about the fact that I continue, even though I think I've got this carnivore thing down to a science, I continue to keep trying to make it cheaper, more efficient. So let's see what I bought today. And while I'm doing this, I'll talk to you about some of my new ideas. I've got a refrigerator full of stuff right now. I did buy some chicken wings, enough for 3 meals for $18. I did find 3 ribeyes for 25 bucks, marked down. So we've got those. I did buy myself another 8 pounds of my Wright's bacon because I look in the freezer here. Although you may not think I'm running low, I like to keep about 30 pounds of this stuff in there frozen. And I'm down to about 22, 23 pounds. One of the main things I want to do today is talk to you about something very interesting that happened to me. You know, as I've said in the past, I get 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week, I get emails from people, manufacturers, that want me to sell their products, want to become a sponsor, so to speak, or have me feature or review their products. And up to now, I have firmly said, no, I'm not interested. I haven't really seen a product that they were offering that I thought would fit in with what I do and be worthwhile, or where I wouldn't feel embarrassed, to be quite honest, in recommending that anybody buy it. And you know that through my Amazon account, I've bought and tried a lot of different things, and the ones that worked out I've talked about, and judging from the response in the comments, people have appreciated the fact that I've directed them towards a lot of really handy things that make doing the carnivore adventure that much easier. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I got an email from a company that makes vacuum sealers. And I said to myself, well, I've already got a vacuum sealer. And, you know, none of these consumer vacuum sealers are really optimal. But, I settled on this Food Saver, and I recommended it because if you're going to be doing carnivore, one of the ways to make it really inexpensive is to buy meat, especially meat, in bulk and freeze it. But in order to freeze meat, especially expensive steaks, they have to be vacuum sealed. Otherwise, you've had it happen to you. They get all frosty and freezer burned. But a really well vacuum sealed steak, at least in my experience, and using that Food Saver, can last up to a year in the freezer. So I went out and I bought myself this little cheap $200 Insignia 5 cubic foot freezer that I have out in my little workshop area outside. And it's been working great. I've got some steaks in there. Some of the steaks I'm eating now are almost a year old because I did buy in bulk. My ideal, however, and something I couldn't afford, would have been what they call a chamber style vacuum sealer, like I had in my restaurant. And when I had my restaurant, it was important for us to be able to vacuum seal expensive things that we had to keep I think that the one that we used back then, a commercial grade vacuum chamber sealer, cost a couple $1,000. And I've always thought that that would be a little absurd for somebody trying to do the carnivore diet for themselves or their family. So I get this email from this company that has vacuum sealers. And they want me to offer their products to my viewers, and they want to give them a 15% discount. And they want me to sign up. Well, I'm not going to sign up. But this was one of the few emails I got that wasn't like a blast mailing where they didn't say "Dear Old," because they thought that was my first name. This particular young lady actually wrote me an email and said, "Dear Mitch," and she described my videos and thought that this would be an ideal product for people doing the carnivore diet. Well, I wrote her back and I said, I can't or won't sell or recommend anybody buy anything that I wouldn't buy out of my own pocket because I thought it would help me. I said to her, if you want to send me one of your vacuum sealers under these conditions, I'll be happy to take a look at it. Now, that's what I said to her. I'm saying to myself, holy cow, I would absolutely love to have that thing. And the reason I would love to have it is because I kind of recognize that in the methods that I've developed of purchasing food in bulk and when it's on sale and buying these things and figuring out ways to store it away because this food is expensive, to get myself a really good chamber style vacuum sealer like I had in my restaurant. But I told her, I said, ship the thing to me. I'll check it out. If I think it's something that my viewers might want, I'll offer it to them with your discount code. If not, I said, I'll ship it back to you. Let me know if that's acceptable. Well, the next day I got an email back from her and she basically said, we've just send me the address and we'll ship you one. You know, it's absolutely fine. So I said, okay, what have I got to lose? At worst, it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'll get myself a free commercial grade vacuum sealer and I'll offer it to anybody that might want it. And if they don't want it, that's fine too. So it came. And this right here is the vacuum sealer. So I said, well, I need to check it out. I'm not going to recommend it to anybody until I find out just exactly how well it works. They also sent me, which I was just floored, they sent me boxes of vacuum sealer bags. Hundreds and hundreds of them. Beautiful, beautiful bags already sealed on the bottom so I don't have to deal with the rolls. So I said, wow, this is really great. Let me start testing this thing out. So for the past few days, I've been vacuum sealing pretty much everything that couldn't run away from me. I've been vacuum sealing food. This thing is supposed to vacuum seal liquids, soups, sauces, dry things, meat, anything. And so far, so good. So I thought, before I officially signed up with these people to get you a discount, if you want one of these things, or discount on everything they sell, basically, I would do my little Sam's Club run this morning, get this food ready, and then this is not a review. This is not a review. I can't offer you anything on it. I don't want you to buy it yet, but I want you to actually see the process that I've been going through maybe accepting a deal like this from a manufacturer direct for the first time since I started this channel. And it's not a decision that I've made lightly. I don't want anybody buying things on my say-so that they won't be thrilled with. So we're still in the process of evaluating this thing, but I thought it might be a good time to kind of show you. I did film the unboxing of it, and I've had that film sitting there waiting to see if I ever decided to do this. But I thought that I would go through and show you how this thing works and why I think that this fills the final gap in being able to buy in bulk, save money, and have things stay good. They say that, for example, a ribeye steak would be good for a year and a half. I'm going to come over here. We're going to take these steaks. I'm going to put them in these bags, and we're going to vacuum seal it in this chamber vacuum sealer. And the way that these chamber vacuum sealers work, and this thing looks like a commercial unit. It weighs 33 pounds. It's as big as an air fryer. I've got plenty of room to put it off in the corner, and that would be a consideration before you get anything like this. But you put the power, you turn it on, and you hit this button, or you lift the lid, and you hit this button, and this will set the size of the bag. And there's a little measurement thing along here. So this bag is a medium-sized bag. So I will set this to medium. And then we take our steaks, that, my friend, is a big, look at that thing. That thing is a big ribeye. Remember, I got these 3 steaks for 25 bucks, which is tremendous. But we'll take this steak and we will put it in this bag. Now, these bags are certified to be free of all of those chemicals. And that is tremendous because I can sous vide right in these bags. So I can take this thing right out of the freezer. I can even take it out frozen, throw it in the sous vide back there, and in a couple hours, go ahead and finish it off in a carbon steel pan. But the way a vacuum chamber works is instead of sucking the air out of the bag, and any of you who've used those things know that you put the top of the bag in the sealer, and if it's something particularly juicy in the bag, it'll suck a lot of that juice out before it creates a full vacuum, and then you got to clean the thing. With a chamber style, it works entirely differently. You take the bag and you lay it in here. It's got the seal bar in the front. You take and you put, there's a little clip thing, and you just put the bag under the clip and you lay it across the sealer and you close it. Now what it does is it sucks all the air out of the entire chamber, both outside of the bag and inside the bag. And nothing is pulled out of the bag because the vacuum is developing around the whole thing completely. Now, it does take a little longer to seal a bag this way because it has to vacuum the entire chamber. The beauty of it is if the chamber is filled with liquid, like soup or sauces or water or something like that, none of it will come out of the bag. And then this thing will go, it usually takes 30, 40 seconds. And then it goes into a sealing mode. Now it's sealed the bag, and then it'll let the air back in the chamber. And when it beeps 3 times, you have got a real vacuum in there. There is not an ounce of air left anywhere inside that bag. And this steak now can go in the freezer and it will last, supposedly, and I can't imagine why not, for at least a year and a half. And then what I traditionally do when I seal these things up is I will take a felt tip and I will write on the bag that I got this on April the 5th at Sam's. I think I need a new felt tip here. I'll label it. I can read that. I'll put the date and where I got it. I know it's a ribeye. I can tell by looking at it. So I'll do that for these 3 big ribeyes. And that's all there is to it. All right, we got 6 wings done. So we'll vacuum seal these and get on to prepping the next 6. And let's take a look. And that is definitely vacuum sealed. And that's 1 meal's worth of wings. Put them in the freezer. I think this has solved the last one of my inconveniences in dealing with a consumer grade vacuum sealer. And I haven't even started to explore some of the things that I can do. Although we do have a narrow range of food. For a normal person, a not cook, with all the vegetables and everything else, I think this thing would be a no-brainer, but I think it'd be great for carnivore. Anyway, not selling it here, just letting you know that I am gonna keep it. I want to do a full video on how to work it and what it does. I'll have a discount code if anybody wants to get it. I'll tell you why you should get it and maybe why you shouldn't. I'll show you the other models that they sell. And then it's up to you. Then it's up to you. If you don't think it's worthwhile, don't. This is not an infomercial. This is me discovering another tool that makes this just so much easier to do. So with that, it's time for me to make my bacon and eggs. Sorry, you guys, you'll have to miss that next time. For now, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.